next season if he's to convince Suzuki management that he's the man.
I make that at least half a dozen times. He's kissed goodbye to fantastic opportunities to pick up podiums and maybe even team, but he can't get close enough, of course. Equal machinery on the start-finish straight here. He cannot get close enough to pounce on Martin.
Whether the start of the race, Jack Miller was just wary of burning up his rear tyre. And over the course of the weekend, you always do get quite a lot of tyre wear here in Valencia. It's at 4 kilometres.
There was a look there, a farm look from Pecco Bagnaia. They were side by side there for a moment. It looked like an gauge, because that will help him. The gap back to Mir in third is 0.4 of a second.
Well, based on yesterday's lap, Bagnaia said sector 4, Martin was untouchable. He was supreme in this last sector now for pretty much the whole race, from lap 2 onwards.
He's going to have a look into turn 14. He's getting closer, Bagnaia leads then into turn 14, and that brings Mir a little closer to the action as well.
Clear track in front of him as Pecco Bagnaia here just been keeping his powder dry, keeping some life in those tyres. Now
Martin relinquishes the lead for the first time with 12 laps to go. We're just half still there, back in 4th place now with some clear air ahead of him. What can Pecco Bagnaia do? Up from Pecco Bagnaia.
Yesterday, Jorge Martin felt like he had podium pace, but he felt like the better than Jack Miller. What will happen now is Mir and Miller will see Bagnaia getting his head down here.
Great move,
lovely.
From Pecco Bagnaia, nice and clean as well.
That's the textbook turn 14 move.
30s here from Pecco Bagnaia. He's broken clear of Martin by 0.3 of a second, who's now into the number 63. There's 11 laps to go, and Bagnaia crosses the line and does get a 30.
He's hit the front. The tactic has clearly been, right, let's really try and stretch away here. Let's push these guys. They're going to burn up their tyres quicker in the process as well. So this could be the decisive move here by Pecco Bagnaia.
2019, so Bagnaia in the groove, and he's now opened up a 0.6 of a second lead over Jorge. Here's Jack Miller closing on Joan Mir.
It looked like a foregone conclusion that Ducati were going to cars now, with Bagnaia at the front and starting to claw away from Jorge
Martin. There's a quartet of Italians from 9th to 12th. Bastianini, Rossi still 10th, ahead of Franco Gil Oliveira 14th. Iker Lecuona at the moment taking the final point.
With his own personal best lap of the race, a 1:31, 1:41, all sympathetic to Bagnaia.
Danny Pedrosa, of course, many battles from 2000. He's keeping a close eye on Brad Binder. At the moment, 8th place for Binder. That error on the opening lap has cost him.
Zarco, at the moment, he's been outpaced and outclassed over the last few weeks by the likes of his full touch of 2021, where he looked like a title contender in the first third of the championship, didn't he?
You have to feel sorry for Joan.
Good he is, Steve, because Ducati have been so superior here this weekend in the dry. There's only one man at the moment, but once again, I'm afraid, rings buckled.
Martin has not been dropped at all, has he? Line next. It looks like Martin might have just made up a tiny bit more time again. Let's check with the lap times. Across the
Ducati are flooding the grid next year with 2 more Desmos Sedicis, 8 bikes on the grid. It's not just
into turn 2. That was coming. Mir then finally has to relinquish the final podium spot now.
Can Mir get back through at turn 6? He's going to run a tight inside line, but Miller's too strong. He got the good drive coming out of spikes next year for Ducati, but it's the talent that's on top of those motorcycles as well. It's going to be tough to go into turn 2, pinch the inside line, and now up into 3rd place, and now we are on course for history out of the MotoGP podium.
Quite the rivalry, that one. Casey Stoner versus Valentino Rossi.
One corner. The corkscrew at Laguna Seca in 2008.
It really was, but he's still about a 10th off. He's got a lot of time to find.
Jorge Martin, take a bow. Directly ahead of him. The gap is still just over 0.2 of a second. He must have thought, that's going to break them. That's going to break them. It hasn't broken Jorge Martin.
Jack Miller then just made half a 10th up in that last sector, back in 3rd. Further back, Jones. So Zarco now up into 6th place overall.
Looks like
fade, and he has done, as you would expect. He's a rookie in MotoGP. It's such a tough task, but let's not forget he is a race winner in Austria. He is going to be a bit of a weapon, I think, next year. Jorge Martin.
Yeah, next year, because he's an absolute warrior. Without any question, he's one of the best riders in that to drop over a second behind Jack Miller in 3rd place. He's 2.5 seconds now behind your race for the help as well. Yeah, because he can't ride that bike any harder. He's getting the best out of himself every week, getting his style from Joan Mir. poetry in motion. What a shot that is.